Hello, guys. Welcome to Intermediate English 1 again. Here with me, Mr. Merlos. I'm here to present you a little bit more about the topic of present perfect. And this time I'm going to aid myself using the page called egoforyou.com. This is a very interesting page that you can find easily by typing in Google. And it's a page that has a lot of information that you can use for learning English. We have sections of grammar, writing, vocabulary. We have tests that you can use to check out right how you are domaining the language, where you are standing right now, and in that way you know how much you have to improve in the future. We have study tips right for learning English and also vocabulary that you can learn every day. I recommend this page a lot if you want to visit it. So this time I'm gonna use it for showing you a little bit about the present perfect simple. So in the present perfect, we express actions that is still going on that stopped recently but has an influence on the present. It puts emphasis on the result. That's why in some books we find that the explanation of the present perfect is that present perfect connects the past with the present. And because of that, we say that present perfect talks about experiences in the life because it's something that happened in a moment in the past, but we don't care when it happened, and it has an influence in the present. Well, when we use that right in the conjugation, the present perfect right uses the auxiliary have plus the past participle form of a verb. It means the third form of the verbs. If the subject is I, you, we, and they, we have to use have in positive form, have not or haven't in negative form, and move in just no question have at the beginning right of the question. If the subject is he, she, or it, we use the form has, that is the singular form, plus the past participle of the verb. In positive form has, negative form has not or hasn't, and in question we move the auxiliary at the beginning if it is a yes no question. It's very important that we check out the past participle of the verbs because when we use past participles, we have to remember there are regular past participles, the one that ends in ed and that we make right by adding right ed. Those are very easy because in the simple past and the past participle they are the same, ed ending. The problem is when we deal with irregular verbs because irregular verbs have their own form in the past participle. Some of them have a different form in the simple past and a different form in the past participle. Some of them are similar or are the same, right, in the simple past and base form, but they are different in the past participle. So, what is the strategy that you can use to learn all of these verbs? Well, there is not a magical formula, right, for trying to learn them. I think the only way we can learn all of these verbs is by trying to practice them and use them in some way. Think about them, use them in sentences, use them when we speak, right? And think about their meaning when we speak. I think that's the only way you can try to memorize. The best strategy for memorizing is using the verbs. But obviously, it's a process that takes time, so we don't have to hurry or we don't have to rush, right? We have to do it little by little. So, what are the functions of using the present perfect? For first, put emphasis on the result. If I say right that someone has performed an activity and that person is finished, we describe the result using the present perfect. We say she has written 5 letters. We can use it to talk about an action that is still going on, that the effect hasn't finished yet. It started in the past, but we yet right haven't right finished with that. So we said the school has not started yet. So the period of no school is still continuing, right? Until that happens, the action is going to be finished. But when we use yet, we indicate that it's still going on. When the action stopped a moment ago, recently, we say she has cooked dinner. So it means that she finished just a moment ago. So sometimes we use the word just here in the middle of the auxiliary and the past participle to indicate that. When we say she has just cooked dinner, that could be an option. Another thing is to talk about an action that is finished and that had an influence on the present. For example, if I say I have lost my key, what it means that I lost in the past, but until this moment in the present, I haven't found them, right? I don't know where my keys are, so I say that I lost them. I have lost them. Also, we use it to talk about an action that has taken place once, never, or several times before the moment of speaking. If I say that I have never done something in my life, it means that it's zero times. I have never been to Australia means zero times being in Australia. But you can use instead of never other expressions, right, that indicates the frequency. For example, if you say I have been to Australia 3 times, or I have been to Australia 4 times, that could be another option. Then, words that we use commonly, right, with the present perfect, words as already, ever, just, never, not yet, so far, till now, and up to now are words that we commonly use with the present perfect. And when we see them in sentences, we know that the sentence had to be in present perfect. Okay, thank you very much, right, for paying attention to this explanation, guys. I hope this helped you to understand better how to use the present.